like miniature collarbones, and our collarbones are the frame of our lungs. So oftentimes if we're really tight and sort of rounded here, we try to do things to open the shoulders, and it doesn't tend to be effective for a long period of time, and it doesn't stick in the body. So here are some mobility exercises for the wrists that will match the collarbones, which will free up the lungs. So not only just from a physical standpoint that it's helping expand the collarbones, but also if your lungs are free and capacious and able to breathe, then you ward off viruses, the respiratory season, viruses, things like that. So you get rid of all that. So come into tabletop position. And then the first thing is just to flip the wrists the wrong way. The biggest thing is to make sure that the heel of the hand is underneath the shoulder rather than the middle of the palm. So if I turn this way, you can see that the heel of the hand underneath the shoulders versus this becomes the middle of my palm. And often what we do is we lock out the joints, right? So if you've heard me say before, when you lock out joints, it makes the rest of your body inaccessible. Just like when you lock a door or lock your phone, it's the inability to access something. So you want the joints to be soft, okay? So you kind of start here. This is one way to start the movement of the wrist, and often sometimes you'll see your elbows kind of knock like this, which allows the collarbones to collapse. So I really want you to pull the elbows out and make a good number 11 with the arms, the forearm, and then look forward. And you'll already start to feel that your lungs come onto the front side of your body, which is where they're supposed to live. The ability to breathe is a little bit easier, even though, yeah, it might be hard on the wrist for now. And then you can start to flip the wrists forward and back like that. So you'll flip them the right way, you'll flip them the wrong way, and then around like this a few times. So pick up your hands as if you're high stepping, and imagine that your hands are like pancakes, that you want to have them nice and flat onto the griddle, but you want to pick them up because the griddle is hot and you don't want them to burn. And every time you turn your wrists around the wrong way, make sure that the middle fingers make the whole entire turn. But it's more about flipping, rotating the shoulders more than about just turning the wrist. So if you get here and you're like, I'm trying to turn at my wrist, try to get the whole shoulder to rotate around, and that might help you get all the way around, okay? Hi, Callie. And then the other thing is, another wrist exercise is to interlace the fingers and then take the wrists underneath the shoulders. And weave your fingers together like a nice tennis racket and open your thumbs so it makes a rectangle behind you. So you can kind of work here. You can maybe add some cat-cows to it. And then work it there. Then you can maybe open your sandwich so that the thumbs start to point the front of the room. Same thing. Rotate the eyes of the elbows forward, but allow there to be a softness in the elbows. This one's a little bit tricky, so follow me. So the palms are up, thumbs are forward. You're gonna take the thumbs closer to you and then flip the palms all the way forward. Soften the elbows, okay? That's some nice mobility there. And then another great one is just to turn the hands so the middle fingers face center. Soften the elbows, but do try to straighten the arms without locking the joints, and look forward. When we drop the head, the tail drops the background. So look forward, expand, let the collarbones broaden. And then from here, make fists with your hands and take the tops of your hands to the mat. Like punch your fists together. And then first part is just straightening the elbows. That'll be a tremendous stretch through the wrist. Straighten the elbows and try not to let the hands pop open like this, but try to keep the fists nice and tight. And then straighten the elbows. Good. And then you'll release that. And then take up the wrist mobility for a walk. So you'll start to walk around 180 degrees, overshoot the turn just a little bit, and then you'll go the other way. So side to side, all the way around, 180 degrees the other way. So you're making a whole complete circle, a whole complete rotation with the shoulder. All the way around, Okay, and then you'll make yourself back to center. I know. Do it too, Callie. Good girl. And then the last one is flip your fingertips the wrong way, wrists underneath your shoulders, palms face up. First component, straighten the elbows without locking the joint. Second component, roll the eyes of the elbows, which is the creases of the elbows here, forward towards the front of the room, towards the front of your mat, and look out. And then if you can, bring a little bit more weight into the fingertips rather than the tops of your hands. Okay, so try those out. I would say hold each for maybe like 10 or 15 seconds and then move through the whole sequence. Do that every day if you can, and see how that starts to open up the collarbones, frees up the lungs, and helps you stay healthy.